There we go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Lucy Talks. Coffee Talk with Pen and Lucy. Oh my gosh, I was so much better the first time we tried to do this, and then I got an error. So we don't have Pen today. We have Jason sitting in instead of Pen. She had to work, unfortunately. But do you see the live stream now on there, Jason? Or
Yes, I do.
yay, we did it.
There we go.
So we were just discussing how Jason is not subbed to the channel and doesn't watch the show, but he's still here, so it's exciting anyway.
I am subscribed now.
Okay, well, we'll forgive you then, I guess.
All right. Excellent.
So the first thing I had on my list was talking about Fantasy Faire. Fantasy Faire is a magical tradition supporting a powerful cause, Relay for Life. It's very, very cool. So much stuff to buy. There's a I never know how to say it, DOUX hair pack that's you can buy that's significantly oh my gosh, I cannot talk today, I swear to God.
That's a hair, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah.
I ran over there and got it. It's significantly discounted is what I was trying to say. That did not work right. And it goes to charity. I did go over and see Mac's video over there, and it was really cool. So were all the other ones that were playing at the movie showing. They were little like 5-minute videos, and I believe Mac MacGyver Mode is going to be doing a whole series of those. Jason, were you at the taping of the last one?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, that was really cool because we got to dress up like villains and like fantasy villains and fantasy heroes and fight ourselves,
awesome.
Essentially.
So, fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's always fun to be involved in projects like that.
Absolutely.
Are you involved in Relay for Life at all?
Not directly. I know a bunch of people that are actively involved in it, and I try to catch the events when I can. I'm gonna make a more concerted effort this year because circumstances have changed.
That's understandable. Well, even though you're not involved, they did raise $6 million US dollars for the American Cancer Society, that's pretty crazy. That's awesome.
That's within the Second Life community?
Yeah.
Is this stream like age blocked? So do I have to watch my language?
We do try to watch our language. Sometimes things slip through, but like there was
Okay, that's effing phenomenal. That's effing phenomenal. There we go.
There was one stream though that I was like showing this website that the website was showing all the cuss words used on Blue Sky like in live. But I didn't realize that it had sound, and I started playing it, and then I did it again like 10 minutes later because I was like, okay, I think I muted it. Let's try it again.
Right. I mean, think about it. That's $6 million, right? That's not chump change. That's a significant amount of money.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That goes towards a fantastic charity that helps research these things that cripple people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely do. My part of the reason that we've been gone for about a month here is my mom passed away from cancer about a month ago, and I couldn't deal with doing the podcast for a little bit there. So
right.
we're back though. We're here, but it makes me really, really happy to see how much money people are raising. And I did forget to turn off people's names. I just realized that when Kriya popped in. Hi, Kriya. I think she's hiding.
So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when I was married in real life, my ex-wife's my ex-mother-in-law, right? She worked for a credit union, and the credit union participated in the local Relay for Life walk at one of the local elementary schools. And they did the laps around the track, and then they did the glow thing at night, and It's really amazing when, even if you're just like standing on the outside looking in on this particular charity, right? On what they do. These people are so dedicated in what they do, and it really warms my heart to see that same energy um, put into Second Life, because in Second Life we get goofy, we have drinks, we have a good time, we act like bushes.
We act like bushes, yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to serious things like that, people come together, and it really makes a Second Life a community. I mean, a lot of people have told me, and I've believed this for a long time, that we have users from all over the world, and I don't know what the total active user count is, right? But in all reality, we're a really small community, and when we come together for these particular functions, like Relay for Life, that sense of community just gels and it comes together, and it's effing amazing. Sorry, I wanted to use the F word, but
But it's
I don't want you to
YouTube.
get age blocked.
Right, right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you are totally right. It is amazing. It's really amazing that SL is such a huge contributor to Relay for Life. I think we're like third in the United States, like even with all of the
Really?
real life ones. Yeah. Something crazy
Wow.
like that. But yeah, it is truly amazing, and I'm always excited to be involved in the Relay for Life events. I was on a team when I first started on here, and now I just kind of float and just kind of hop in on whatever events that look fun,
Right.
or ask people if I can host events or whatnot. So, Semina has a new project. It's called To the Moon and Back. It's a beautifully crafted interactive experience. It's amazing, gorgeous. You walk in and there's just these amazing builds, and then you can sit on the different objects and take pictures. You can click on things and hear her songs from her new album that she has out in real life. It's just amazing. If you haven't checked
I
that out, you definitely should.
oh I will. I saw bits and pieces about that on Facebook, but my Facebook is all sorts of effed up. Like I get like suggested for you, meme, ad, and I'm just trying to scroll through all my shit or stuff just to see content, and yeah, it gets lost in the mix. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out.
I think that there's like a little settings thing on the side of the post that you can click on to like have them show you less of that.
Oh, my functionality on Facebook is a whole lot better on my phone than it is on my computer,
Mm.
because I can just swipe left and go to content from friends, and it's a lot more filtered.
Oh,
Thank God.
nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just me or how I have it set up, but I think that's just regular. I don't know.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go do a podcast from the build at some point here. Like I said, I've kind of taken a break for a little bit there on things because I had
Right.
that real life stuff going on. But I think me and Colette are supposed to go over there and do a video of everything. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. The SLB Second Life birthday is coming up, and the applications are open right now for artists and creators. Well, actually, the artists are already being scheduled, but for the creators. So
Right.
that's always a good time. I think that's my favorite shop and hop. I actually kind of stopped going to them the past year or so just because I have so much stuff I've never opened from them. But
Oh yeah.
but I do like that. That is my favorite one because it's not like themed. It's just like whatever. It's just
Right.
random stuff. So that's pretty fun. And I'm
So,
DJing at it. I'm really excited.
oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and then Nettie's DJing at it, and I know for sure Melly's singing and Vio's singing. I don't know if Amberlyn ever got scheduled or not. I don't know what ever ended up happening with that. She hasn't said anything. But yeah, I think I'm DJing right before Melly's singing, so that's gonna be really fun. Do you know about Club Crash? I don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't been there yet, but Nettie was talking about it.
I've been there a time or two. I'm of mixed ideas about it. From what I'm told, um, it when Exhale closed, crashed became a thing, right? And uh, I think I've only been there once where they had an active DJ. So, like I said, I have mixed thoughts about it, but you know,
So is it more like events then? It's not like a like how Exhale had people there all the time. It's just like events pretty
well,
much.
like Exhale, there's people there all the time.
Oh, okay.
But there's like the few times I've been there lately, I've been there a couple times this week. It's just been the radio on. There's not been an active DJ, so they
Oh,
might
okay.
have scheduled events, but I guess it doubles as a hangout spot.
Okay, so kind of like how 511 used to be,
Yeah,
where everybody
yeah,
just stood there and stared at each other all day.
yeah,
Okay, I might have to check that out then, because I used to like standing at 511, just
right.
standing there. Although sometimes I get drunk and run into people and pretend that they were bowling
Yeah,
pins because they were just standing there.
right.
It was weird. But
So I don't mean to backtrack on topics,
no,
right?
that's okay.
So for all you people listening out there, right? If you're a new user to Second Life, maintain your inventory.
Oh God.
I've been in, I've been in Second Life for 16 years, and I have a number of avatars, right? This is my primary avatar, and my other avatar, I just managed to get that inventory sorted. But this one, it's a giant mess.
Same. Mine is a lost cause, and I've only been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
I have like 200,000 elements.
Well, I just started buying stuff that's PBR, so I need to make new folders for PBR stuff. PBR textures, PBR landscaping, etc., etc.
Yeah, I
Just
haven't
so I can.
figured that out yet. The like lighting and stuff for that.
Mm, well, it's actually it's it's not it's not hard. It's just you have to know how it works, right? So if you have, just for simplicity's sake, say you have like uh, a PBR plant or a vase or something that has a PBR texture on it, right? Um, you, I hate to say that you can't just res. You can just res out your item, and it'll look pretty, and it'll look different than a regular legacy-based item, just on initial res out. In order to make it really shine, right, you have to have a PBR environment light and a reflection probe. Now the reflection probe piece, that's a piece of cake. All you do is you res out your cube, you make it to the size that you want, and on the features tab, on the features tab on the build menu, all the way at the bottom, you click reflection probe. Make sure it's a box. Mine is, for one reason or another, stuck in sphere, but anyway, you make it into a box and you'll see a difference in how your items appear. It's pretty easy.
That
It's just,
sounds interesting. It sounds way complicated for me, but it sounds. I'm sure that other people would think that that's very simple.
it,
So,
it sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is.
I mean, I can't even keep my SL fish alive, so
I don't do pets. I
yeah,
don't do pets in real life. I don't do pets in Second Life because that happens.
I probably shouldn't because I've gone through like 3 beta fish so far from FNY.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, back to topic.
Oh no, it's okay.
I didn't mean to like get off topic.
No, you can get off topic as much as you want. That's this is just the topic lists are just like an outline of things
Oh,
to talk
okay.
about, so we're not sitting here just like staring at each other, telling dad jokes.
Gotcha.
I mean, I like dad jokes, but
That's not a bad thing.
Right, right. That's my go-to when people are silent, though. I'm like, okay, dad jokes. If you haven't noticed
Right.
on the Discord, so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, back to Club Crash. Actually, let's go back to where you were talking about Exhale closing, because that was actually the next topic anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of missed that since we weren't podcasting at that point. But yeah, Exhale closed, and then very briefly there was Inhale came back for a very brief moment. But I guess that didn't really last very long. There was just a whole bunch of drama, and then it closed again. So. The next thing we had on there was the Lonesome Dove sim progress. We are coming along. We're still a kind of a mess. We're still not completely done, but there's always people hanging out and just chilling here. I'm always surprised if I log in and I don't see a dot on the map, on the mini map. So, ooh, that's one thing. Do you keep your mini map open all the time?
It depends on the activity that I'm participating in. Like if I go to a sandbox, I open my first response is open my mini map, see where people are in relation to me, or if the sim is empty, blah 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 blah, and then I go from there. If I'm sailing on the Blake, definitely, or if I'm driving on mainland.
Man, I haven't been sailing on the Blake in forever. I need to
Oh,
do
it's
that again
fun.
sometime.
You should do it for sure.
I have a tiny little house on the Blake, but it's like so tiny that you can't even res a boat there. The only thing you can res and like go around on is like a jet ski.
Oh, okay. Well, those are fun too.
Yeah, I mean, it still works. It's just funny. We've tried.
It's
I've tried to find
it's
a
such
really
a
small boat.
it's such an expansive collection of what we call sims and Linden Labs calls regions, right? Same word. But there's a lot to offer, and there's a lot of amazing residents that live there that do some amazing landscaping.
And there's some that don't do amazing landscaping.
Very, very true.
But,
Very true.
You'll have
I've got a palm tree. I'm good.
Or they have like a massive, horrible, primmy building and stuff like that. But that's okay because it balances out. There's some really beautiful ones too. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've heard scuba diving's really cool on the Blake too. I haven't checked that out though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing that we can do that kind of stuff, without having to leave our house.
Right.
So cool. But yeah, over here we do have some events coming up. We have a party tomorrow night, Cinco de Mayo party, and then I believe it's on the 7th. So that's Wednesday. We have a live singer debuting over here, so that's gonna be really exciting. Kai, I believe, is his name, and then I think I'm DJing before that. And then later in the month, we have 2 birthday parties. We have one on the 24th. For Cammie and for Amberlan. And then we're just going to have a little probably game night kind of thing on the day after for Aaron's birthday. So that should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun-filled May.
Yeah, it's a good time. We didn't really do a whole lot of events in April, so I'm excited that we're going to have some parties in May. There was some fun little April Fool's jokes that were played at the beginning of the month. One of them was Linden Labs said they were releasing Tipsy Turvy homes, or Topsy Turvy, I can't remember what it was.
Oh
And
yeah, I saw that.
they actually got me on that one for a second. I posted in the Discord, I was like, wow, they must be running out of ideas if this is what they're doing. But somebody quickly reminded me what day it was, even though I had just been talking about the Salt and Pepper body release that was an April Fool's Day joke, which was hilarious. They did a paper doll, male and female. Did you pick that up?
No.
Oh my gosh. So they released it like an actual body, because they are releasing a body here soon, quote unquote soon. I don't know exactly when. Called Project Mesh Revolution, I believe is what it's called, and it's supposed to be a morphing body. So it changes to like fit, like you can wear Reborn clothes or Lara X or Legacy, or on the male versions to the Legacy body or whatever other body.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to do that. So that looks really, really cool. I believe that's what it does. There's another one that's on the marketplace that a store called Eve put out a long time ago that's similar, and it's
Uh,
using the S&P initials, but it's not the same body. I
okay.
did contact Salt Perry about that, and she said, yeah, no, it's nothing associated with us. We can't stop them from using the initials, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have anything to do with the new body.
Gotcha.
But they did, it was so cool because like you went and got the free body, and then they had a HUD that you went around and got all the other, like the free clothes, the free hair, makeup for this paper doll
Mm.
body. And now people are selling a bunch of stuff on Marketplace for the body. So it actually turned into an actual thing, which is pretty funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. Linden Labs is removing the old legacy home regions. So those are going to
Yeah,
be going away.
I just saw that the other day.
I don't think I ever went over to those. Now I kind of wish I had checked them out to see what they were like.
Well, the only way I could possibly describe it, right? It's been years since I've seen one. But from what I remember, the, the closest I can possibly like make an analogy of is it kind of reminded me of the the Brady home from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Only only in Second Life, and because you know that house was just, it was square and it was, you know, but it had that similar kind of feel.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to see if anybody has any pictures so I can see one. Or maybe I can just like Google and find some on there. Because I wasn't
Yeah,
around then, really, so I didn't get to see any of that, which makes me sad.
yeah.
It's like history. But they did actually release an actual new set of homes. It's the Aspen homes, and they changed with
Hmm.
the season, which is kind of neat.
Oh, are those for premium or premium plus?
Those are for premium, I believe, because they're not
Really,
like the
that's
huge ones.
fantastic.
So, pretty sure those are for premium. And yeah, they have like a winter, like during the winter, they're gonna have snow and stuff, and I think that'll be cute.
Nice.
Yeah, some of the people in the server got some really nice right by the water ones, which is pretty cool. I think Kriya was one of them that was over here earlier. I'm pretty sure she got one right by the water. Either, no, maybe it was Nicole.
Right.
Might have been Nicole. Seraphim is hooking up with the Lindens and providing a bunch of freebies, just like Mad P was working with the
Mm.
Lindens as well. So that's
Oh,
really cool. I haven't checked that out yet, but I know my
oh,
friend
you
Michelle
should.
went.
You should. I got I got the sofa from Nutmeg and the jacket from La Pointe and Basschild, and I actually did a picture on Flickr and Primfeed with the jacket, and I put the sofa from Nutmeg out at my Linden houseboat. It's pretty nice. It's really nice, actually.
That's awesome. And it's so great to see Linden Labs working with creators, even more so than they were before. Like before, obviously, we
Yeah.
had the shop and hop, which was great, and that was great for creators and everything too. But it's really cool
Uh-huh.
that they're doing even more to reach out to creators. I think that's a step in the right direction. I think that's great. I know that they're accepting applications currently from creators to work with them. So that's just amazing to me.
I I'm told I use Alchemy. I don't use the Linden Labs viewer. But if you do use your Linden Labs viewer and you click to open it and it updates when you open it and you look in your in your library folder,
Mm-hmm.
there's a packet there for new users, and I
Yeah.
believe it has a Leluca head in it, and I believe it has a legacy body in it, or at least that's the vibe I'm picking up from what I've seen on social media and in-world discussion. I've not actually looked at it, but from what the chatter that I've heard is they're not like full release. Like if we were to go to Leluca and buy a head, or go to Legacy, the Legacy store and buy a Legacy body, it's not full functionality, but it's enough functionality for a new user to like get acquainted with. And if you want my God honest opinion, that should have happened a long time ago.
I agree. That definitely should have happened a long time ago. And that was actually our next topic anyway, so that worked out well.
Oh, well,
Yeah, and you don't
fantastic.
have to have the SL browser or the SL viewer. You can, it's on
Mm,
Firestorm or Alchemy or wherever. It's just in your library. Um,
gotcha.
at least it is in Firestorm. I haven't checked in Alchemy.
Right.
But yeah, we actually put some of that on an alt the other day, and it was good
Hmm.
stuff. They just don't have a HUD. So you can't like,
Yeah,
there's no alpha HUD, or like you can't like change the
yeah.
face beyond changing like the
Like it,
shape and stuff. But
yeah, like I said, not full functionality like we're accustomed to with in-world purchases, right? But that that's a game changer right there.
it really
Because
is.
when you're a new user, right, the the old default avatars for Linden Labs, God bless their hearts for trying to uh, make a decent looking avatar for new users, but for the for us that have been in world a long time, like we know how to customize our avatars, right? And make them look the way we want to, whether we want to look like human beings or we want to look like a furry or we want to look like some fantasy creature or whatnot. We know how to do that. But a new user, they don't know they don't know where to go, they don't know what to do, or for that matter, they don't understand that we have an economy in Second Life where we can go different places to get different things from different creators to put our avatars together to create that avatar the way we want it to look. You know, you just as a new user, you log in, you do the whole walkthrough through the welcome area, and then you figure out where to go. And if you don't have any friends that are currently Second Life users, you're kind of like stuck. Well,
Right.
I've made an avatar. What do I do now? You know?
Right. And that's how I was. I didn't know anybody on Second Life when I joined. I learned everything from watching YouTube videos that people
Right.
had made. So that's how I figured anything out, was I watched a ton of YouTube videos. And it took like
Right.
2 months for me to really figure things out. The other huge issue that they haven't figured out a great solution for is new users not knowing where to go, because the grid is so big that if you just TP to random places when they're not doing things, or like when there's not events,
Right.
most of the time you're not going to see anybody and it looks like a ghost town, and people are like, oh, well, there's nobody here, what's the point of being on here? But
Right.
no, there's stuff going on, you just don't know where to find it. Like,
Right. Well,
so
I don't want I don't want I don't want to say there's a lot of gatekeeping, but there's a lot of gatekeeping within within Second Life. Like it, we use we use the social media platforms, right?
right.
And I saw a blurb on the forums not long ago, or maybe it was on the forums, or maybe it was on Facebook. I can't remember which, where somebody had mentioned that Second Life has built into it, right, its own social media function,
Right.
right, called Me at Second Life, and it's not been updated or whatnot
Yeah, it's in your
in a
profile
long,
too.
yeah, in a
Your feed.
long time. Now, if Second Life were to be able to um, make that functionality, so say there's a something happening at Crash, right? And I wanted to go to, and I was a group member of Crash, right? And I clicked on um, me at secondlife.com or whatever it is in within Second Life, and I could see the advert for the event and the graphic and whatnot. That would be cool.
Yeah, and that goes
But
along with an idea that I had from a long time ago, that with what you're saying, that that would even be even better if they updated the social media. But if new users had like an iPad thing that because they a lot of times in the beginning, the avatars, at least when I joined, they had like an iPad that it came with. But if they had that iPad where you could like open a HUD from it,
Mm-hmm.
and it had that social media right there, and you could get it set up, and it like walked you through setting it up, and like
Oh
which
yeah.
groups to join and stuff, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. If you clicked on I'm interested in this, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in this, it would suggest like groups and events and things to go to and to
Oh,
check out and
absolutely.
join. I think that'd be amazing if everybody had like a universal one, and then it should also have like a universal chat on there where people can get help and stuff too.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I would think that that would be super helpful. So that I think, yeah, we should make that suggestion. I think I did it when I very first started. I put a suggestion in, but I didn't know anybody, so I don't think I got anywhere. But
Right.
I should put that in there again. I don't know how you feel about AI, but I was on Twitter the other day, or X, or whatever you want to call it, and there was a store owner that had banned a customer, not a blogger, a customer
Mm-hmm.
from her store that was wearing one of her outfits and made an AI picture. So I thought that was a little overkill because it's not like they made an agreement or anything, you know? But at the same time, it's her store, and I mean, she can do what she wants, but still, that's kind of nuts.
All right, well, let's talk about AI. As far as AI goes, right? If you're blogging for a brand and your blog post, in your blog post, or this is a delicate topic, right? Because it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers. But if you're blogging for a brand and you put your image through an AI filter, right?
Right. It changes the product. Yeah.
It's going to change the product. So you're not representing that brand. And me as a customer, when I see that, because you know you follow people on Flickr or Primfeed that blog for whatever brand, right? And you say, well, that looks like a great product. I want to go check that out, right? So you go there and you spend your Lindens on, you demo it. Demo first, people. Demo first. You demo it, you purchase it, then you res it out or you put it on or whatnot, and it looks completely different than what your expectation is. And you've dropped either you've dropped your money, and you're not getting. I can't say you're not getting what you paid for, but you're not getting what the expectation of what you're paying for is.
Right.
You follow me?
Yeah, no, totally. And I agree with that completely, that AI does not belong in ads at all on Second Life. Like, I don't think that in blogging is an ad as well. It's art and an ad.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it belongs in ads at all, like in that form. I don't see any problem with using it for like events or like just fun, stupid pictures you're doing or things like that, because you're not false advertising anything. But and like that's kind of what this situation was, I believe, was just a fun picture that the customer made and was just messing around with AI. It wasn't like supposed to be an ad or anything. She just made a picture and happened to be wearing that outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I remember when the AI filters first hit the Second Life community on Facebook.
Oh, gosh.
And everybody was doing it, right? So I had to give it a run
it's
through.
fun.
Right?
It's a good time. I like it.
It made my avatar look like some dude out of Bollywood.
Oh gosh, did it? Interesting.
Yeah, it did. And then when I took it into Photoshop, I saw so much artifacting, so much, and I was like, I'm not gonna. I mean, I liked the raw shot from the filter, but there was so much post work to be done in Photoshop. I was like, screw this. I can make a better image.
Right. Well, see, when I do them, usually I do really stupid ones, and I encourage like extra arms and stuff, because like I kind of do making fun of AI ones a lot of the time, I actually haven't
Yeah.
done that in a couple months either, where I just do, they're absolutely off the wall. I don't know if you've seen if you've noticed my Discord picture, but it's me like it's my avatar with like a bush beard and stuff.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, so I always make some crazy ones. I made a ton of them with like Colette and bananas and feet and stuff, and like just weird. I think I made one with like Tilly with meatballs, and like one of my friends was wearing pizza, and just like the goofy, strange AI photos. But we do use AI
Right.
photos a lot in our event posters, or not photos necessarily, but like we use Canva. So Canva has AI features where you can make like
Uh-huh.
little graphics and stuff like that. So we
Right.
sometimes use those in our posters, and we are actually on a ban list here at Lonesome Dove, on Blue Sky for using AI in our posters. So yeah, we got we made it. We're on a ban list, so that's pretty exciting.
Right.
The next thing I wanted to talk about real quick is Ava, I'm never gonna be able to pronounce this. Artemisia, Artemisia, probably. Put in a suggestion for changes in LindeX exchange website page to keep the SL economy healthy. Um,
Uh-huh.
it looks like a pretty good suggestion. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I mean, if we're keeping the economy healthy, that makes me happy. So I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
post that in the description when we're done if you want to check that out, if that pertains to your situation and would help you out. Apparently, she's saying that the currency is losing value, and she just has a bunch of suggestions on what could be done to help rectify that situation. So that's definitely worth checking out if you are more involved, like if you're a creator, or even, I mean, I guess if you're not, if currency is losing value, I guess that's bad, right?
Yeah,
So
that's bad.
that's bad. That
It's
sounds bad.
generally bad.
The last thing I had on my list is streaming credits. We were trying to figure out what those are, and apparently it's people have to pay, I guess, to use the browser version, which is kind of weird.
Oh, yes. Yes. I saw um mention of this. I've not tried it because I've got like three different viewers. So,
Right.
but I could again going back to new users, right? I can see where it would be an appealing feature for a new user. Well, if I'm gonna just check out Second Life,
Right. Why
why
would you
do
want
I
to
need
install
to
something? Mm-hmm.
download the software? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think,
So it definitely makes sense, but the limited the limited uh time in world, because I believe it's like a maximum of like 6 or 8 hours of time, something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, when they first rolled it out, it was like an hour just to check it out. Um,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know if they even give you any free time at all anymore. I don't know. Like, I think you just have to buy these credits to be able to do it,
Uh,
which seemed like a step in the wrong direction. Like, it seems like they were onto
right.
something with that, because one of the issues that I think it was supposed to help with was how everything is so heavy on your computer now that some people, their
Uh,
computers just couldn't handle it anymore. So if they go through the
right.
browser, maybe it would be a little bit less resource heavy, and they'd be able
Uh,
to actually be on SL. And like you were
right.
saying, for new users, I think that's great too. If they don't want to install
Uh,
something, they just want to check it out, it would be really helpful. And then once they like it, they could install it. But if they're going to have to
right.
pay for it, that's kind of defeats the purpose. But like an hour a day or something free might be a good
Right.
idea, or two
So
hours.
let me put more into specific why there's a difference between using it on the actual viewer as opposed to from the browser, right? So the reason why it's a lot less heavy on a browser is because in the viewer, it's 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 pinging your both your CPU and your graphics card, right? Whereas in the viewer, it's like watching a YouTube video. It's more just a video throughput, and it doesn't tax your computer nearly as much.
Huh. Okay.
That's the simple answer.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, either way, and I don't know, maybe they are giving an allowance of a certain amount per month or per day or
Hmm.
something, but if you have to pay for it, I think that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, monetizing it is just personally, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's the
You
way to
know what I
go.
mean? I mean, if you've already made an account and you can log into the browser, why not? You know what I
Right.
mean?
And I mean, they could still monetize it as long as they give, you know, some hours for people. Kind of like the old
Yeah.
AOL where they used to send you the CDs with like 1,000 hours
Oh,
on it or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
You remember that? That was crazy.
Every day for like 20 years. In the mail, you get a disc, and then
Right. People used
you'd
to make
like
curtains
decorate.
with them
Yeah, exactly,
and make
exactly.
art with them because they get them all the time. And I think there was like a Net Zero that used to send them, and then like Prodigy. Those are really old though.
Uh,
Yeah. But AOL
ha
was the main
ha
one.
have you tried out the Second Life mobile version?
I have. It's not for me. I'm not a fan.
Uh,
It looks great. I mean, people. I'm sure that'll bring in new users too. It does
uh,
look great. It's just
I tried
annoying
it
to
out
me.
this morning on my other avatar. It was disorientating,
Yeah.
to say the least.
I think it's great for people who haven't used Second Life in a long time and are thinking about coming back, checking it out that way, or if
Yeah,
you really need to do something really quick and you're on the go, then that's a good thing too. Um, but it's just so much easier on the computer that I don't
yeah.
know.
The piece of it that I I initially downloaded it for my primary avatar, right? But my primary avatar's last name, or surname, I should say, is Kanuchi, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not resident. And it, there might be functionality for that in the app. I don't know. But when you it's really geared for avatars with the last name of resident. Or at least
Interesting. Why do you say
that's
that? Like, what's the difference with that?
well, let me see here. Let me open the app. Okay, so when you log in, right, and you put Bob Smith, right?
Right.
So say your username is a legacy name like mine, like it's Bob Smith. It's not Bob Smith resident, right?
Right. That's mine is Lucy Hollyberry.
Yeah, from my experience and ba, 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 ba. From my experience, I can't just put in my legacy name, which is uh, J. J. Canucci, put in my password, and hit sign in because after Canucci, it inserts resident, and that
Oh,
name
I don't.
doesn't exist, or at least that was my first initial experience with it. So
Okay.
that may have changed. That I don't know, but
Yeah, I
it
didn't
worked
notice
on
that.
my other avatar, which has the last name of resident.
Huh.
So
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I logged into it was to get entered in the money sweepstakes thing they did a couple months ago.
yeah,
So we were like logging in every day to do that, but otherwise I uninstalled it after that, honestly, because I didn't want to use it. Plus, I'm on here way too much anyway, and I feel like if I had it on my phone or my mobile devices, then I would just be on all the time, and I don't want to do that.
yeah,
I'm trying to get away from Second Life a little bit more, not get more involved. So
right, right,
focus on real life stuff and not be in the virtual world all the time like I was before. So
right.
it is a great place, but there's also a real world out there with grass and actual sailboats and stuff like that
Yep.
too. So got to keep that in mind as well. I just realized too that when I redid the stream, it didn't change the name of the stream, so it still says the one where Nettie takes us to the bodega. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. I'll change it later when we're done.
All right.
Um so anyway, that was all the topics that I had. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, Lord, nothing comes to mind right now.
Okay. Well, that probably works out because I should probably start working on laundry and stuff, unfortunately. um, okay, well, usually Pen wraps us up, but I will say thank you for watching and tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have our Pen back, and Jason, you're always welcome to join us even when Pen's back. Sometimes we get big
Amazing.
groups, sometimes we have just 2 people, sometimes it just depends on the day.
Right?
Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you hit like and subscribe like Jason just did today. And
Hit the bell! Hit the bell! Click the bell! Do
click the
it! Do
bell.
it
Yeah.
now!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you don't click the bell, then you'll have bad luck for like a week. Just
Right?
throwing that out there. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.